Welcome everyone. Today we're diving into a topic that is both fascinating and fun. How to flirt with a man in a way that feels effortless and natural. Flirting isn't about trickery or mind games. It's about energy, confidence, and the art of creating attraction. Confidence is the cornerstone of attraction. It's not just about how we look or the clothes we wear, it's about how we carry ourselves in every situation. Confidence radiates an energy that draws others toward us, and men are no exception. When a woman enters a room with her head held high, standing tall and exuding self-assurance, it's impossible for others not to take notice. This energy isn't something that can be faked. It's rooted in the understanding of our own worth, in knowing that we are enough as we are. In the Bible, we are told that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and when we truly embrace this truth, it reflects in everything we do. Confidence isn't arrogance or pride. It's the acknowledgement of your own value. When you are confident, you don't feel the need to prove yourself. You simply exist in the fullness of who you are, and that is magnetic. Confidence is about self-respect and understanding that you deserve to be treated with kindness, respect, and admiration. For many people, particularly women, confidence can be challenging to cultivate. Society often sends mixed messages about what makes a woman valuable. We are bombarded with images and ideals of perfection, leading many of us to doubt our own worth. But confidence isn't about perfection. It's about accepting who we are, flaws and all, and recognizing that our uniqueness is what makes us valuable. When we stop seeking approval from others and instead focus on our own sense of self-worth, we naturally exude an energy that attracts people to us. In our relationships, this confidence doesn't just make us more attractive, it also strengthens our sense of security. When we are confident, we are not afraid to set boundaries, express our desires, or communicate our needs. Confidence in ourselves allows us to have healthier relationships because we know that we are deserving of love and respect. It is through this self-assuredness that we can confidently navigate interactions and engage with others in a way that is both authentic and powerful. True confidence also comes from knowing that we are not in competition with others. Each person is a unique creation, and there is space for everyone to shine in their own way. As we walk in confidence, we should remember that it's not about seeking validation from those around us, but rather recognizing our own inherent value. This mindset allows us to attract others who are drawn to us, not because of how we appear or how much we have to offer in terms of external attributes, but because of who we are at our core. Confidence also involves faith in ourselves and in the path that God has set before us. When we trust that our lives have purpose and meaning, we step into our power with a sense of peace and clarity. This confidence doesn't come from self-reliance alone, but from the belief that we are guided and supported by something greater than ourselves. In this way, we understand that our value is not based on fleeting external factors, but on a deeper spiritual truth. When we walk in confidence, we not only draw others toward us, but we also draw ourselves closer to the person we are meant to be. Confidence is about trusting our own voice, our instincts, and our worth, knowing that we are deserving of all the love, success, and happiness that life has to offer. Confidence is not just an attractive trait, it's a powerful force that shapes our lives and relationships in ways that nothing else can. When we embrace it, we open the door to endless possibilities. Flirting is not about perfection, it's about fun and creating an environment where both people can feel comfortable and enjoy each other's company. Too often, we overthink every word, every glance, worrying about making the perfect impression. But the truth is, perfection is neither necessary nor desirable. People are attracted to lightheartedness and playfulness, not a carefully constructed facade. When you can laugh at yourself, embrace your quirks, and share spontaneous moments, it brings a natural charm that perfection never can. In the Bible, we are reminded that joy is a fruit of the Spirit, and joy at its core is playful. When we engage with others from a place of joy, it communicates a sense of freedom and ease. Playfulness is magnetic because it invites connection without pressure. It's about creating a space where both people can let their guards down and share a light moment without feeling the weight of expectations. Playfulness breaks down barriers and allows us to see each other in a more human light, without the need to constantly measure up or fit into some mold of perfection. There is an old saying that laughter is the best medicine, and it holds truth in the context of flirting. A well-timed joke or playful comment can transform an ordinary conversation into something much more engaging. When you engage someone with humor and lightheartedness, it shows that you don't take yourself too seriously and that you're open to having fun. Playfulness also signals that you're not looking for validation or approval. Instead, you're enjoying the moment for what it is. And this authenticity is incredibly attractive. In many ways, being playful is about letting go of control. When we strive for perfection, we often try to control every aspect of an interaction, but this can create tension and prevent genuine connection. When we allow ourselves to be a little silly, to share an inside joke, or to tease gently, we open up a space for real, unguarded interaction. It invites the other person to join us in the moment, free of pressure, and to simply enjoy the experience. This lightness is what draws people in because it signals that there is no need for pretense or showmanship. It's about being real and present with each other without the weight of constantly trying to impress. In relationships, playfulness fosters a bond based on shared experiences and inside jokes, not a pursuit of perfection or idealized behaviors. It allows both partners to engage with each other in ways that are meaningful but still fun. The most successful relationships are often those that are grounded in a sense of humor and shared joy. In the Bible, we are told that a cheerful heart is good medicine, and it's true. Humor and playfulness heal and strengthen relationships. When you can make each other laugh, even in difficult times, it creates a bond that is unshakable. Moreover, playfulness allows us to be present and spontaneous. Perfection, on the other hand, can make us overly focused on outcomes, pushing us to obsess over every detail. By embracing a playful attitude, we invite joy into every moment, freeing ourselves from the constant need to be flawless. When we can approach life with lightness and spontaneity, we create an environment of comfort and ease, and this is the foundation for meaningful connections. It's not about being flawless. It's about being free, being yourself, and finding joy in the simple, imperfect moments that make life beautiful. Playfulness encourages vulnerability, which is a key aspect of building a deep and meaningful connection. When we let down our guard and show our playful side, it invites others to do the same. This mutual openness creates a stronger bond, built on shared experiences and laughter. The Bible reminds us that it is good for people to find joy and companionship, and playfulness is a wonderful way to cultivate that joy. So next time you find yourself in a moment of flirting, remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being present, playful, and embracing the beauty of imperfection. Our body language is one of the most powerful tools we have in communication, often speaking louder than words ever could. In flirting, body language plays a pivotal role in conveying interest, attraction, and openness. It's not just about what we say, it's how we say it, how we move, how we stand, and how we make eye contact. These nonverbal cues are often the first signs of attraction that someone will pick up on, long before any words are spoken. When used effectively, body language can draw a man in, creating a sense of closeness and intimacy without uttering a single word. In the Bible, we are told that our actions are often a reflection of what is in our hearts, and our body language is no exception. The way we move and hold ourselves sends signals to those around us about how we feel, what we believe, and who we are. When we stand tall and carry ourselves with confidence, it signals to others that we value ourselves and that we believe we deserve respect and attention. This doesn't mean being boastful or proud, but rather exuding a quiet self-assurance that draws others toward us. Confidence in our body language allows us to communicate without saying a word, sending a message that we are open, approachable, and ready for connection. One of the most crucial elements of body language is eye contact. The way we look at someone can either create distance or bring them closer. When we make eye contact with a man, it shows that we are fully engaged and interested in him. However, it's important to remember that eye contact should never feel forced or uncomfortable. It should be natural, confident, and sincere. A slight lingering gaze followed by a soft smile can create an undeniable connection. Eye contact is a silent way of saying, "I see you, And when done with warmth and kindness, it builds rapport and makes the interaction more personal. In the Bible, we are reminded that the eyes are the window to the soul. The way we look at someone can reveal much more than our words ever could. A soft glance can express kindness, while a long stare can communicate intensity and desire. Learning how to use eye contact to your advantage is a powerful way to flirt, as it speaks to a deeper level of connection, one that transcends surface-level interaction. Another key aspect of body language is posture. The way we stand and carry ourselves speaks volumes about our confidence and openness. When we stand tall with our shoulders back, it shows that we are confident and at ease in our own skin. Closed-off body language, such as crossing our arms or looking down, sends the message that we are closed off or uninterested. By maintaining open and inviting posture, we make it easier for others to approach us and engage with us. This simple shift in body language can be the difference between feeling distant from someone or creating a connection that draws them in. Subtle physical touch also plays an important role in flirtation. A light touch on the arm or a playful nudge can communicate interest without the need for words. These small gestures are an invitation for further closeness and intimacy, signaling that you are comfortable with the other person and open to getting to know them better. Of course, it's essential to be mindful of boundaries and to ensure that any physical touch is welcomed. In the Bible, we are taught to love and respect others, and part of this respect comes from being mindful of personal space and boundaries. The key to effective flirtation is ensuring that your body language conveys warmth, openness, and respect for the other person's comfort level. Movement is another powerful tool in body language. The way we walk, how we position ourselves in a room, and how we interact with our environment all contribute to the messages we send. A slow, deliberate walk can convey confidence and grace, while a rushed or erratic pace can suggest anxiety or discomfort. When we move with intention, we communicate that we are in control of our own space, and we invite others to engage with us in a meaningful way. In any interaction, body language can set the tone for the connection. It can make a conversation feel natural and easy, or create tension and distance. When we are mindful of our body language, we can control the energy of the interaction, inviting others to feel at ease and creating a sense of connection that goes beyond words. In Bible, we are reminded that we are made to connect with others and to love one another. Body language is simply one of the ways we express that love and connection, creating opportunities for deeper bonds to form without needing to speak a word. The way we speak can greatly influence how we are perceived and how we make others feel. Our voice has the power to attract, to engage, and to communicate emotions and intentions that words alone may not convey. When flirting, the tone, pace, and volume of your voice can be just as important as the words you choose. A woman who speaks with a calm, controlled voice, with a deliberate pace, naturally draws people in. The voice can be a magnet, creating a sense of warmth, trust, and intimacy. It's a tool we often underestimate, but when used wisely, it can significantly enhance the attraction between two people. In the Bible, we are reminded that the power of the tongue is immense, capable of building up or tearing down. Our words, when spoken with intent and purpose, have the ability to uplift and create connection. But it is not just the words themselves that matter, it is how they are spoken. A woman who speaks with a clear, confident tone sends a message that she knows her value and is unafraid to be heard. Her voice is a reflection of her self-assurance, and this confidence naturally draws people to her. When we speak with clarity and confidence, we show that we are comfortable in our own skin and that we are willing to express ourselves without hesitation. The pace of your voice also plays a key role in communication. Speaking too quickly can create a sense of urgency or anxiety, while speaking too slowly can make a conversation feel tedious. The ideal pace is one that is measured, giving both you and the listener time to process what's being said. A slow, deliberate delivery allows your words to sink in, creating a sense of intimacy and engagement. In the Bible, we are reminded that there is wisdom in taking the time to listen before we speak, to pause and reflect before offering our words. A well-timed pause in conversation can add weight to your words, making them more impactful and engaging. Moreover, the tone of your voice carries emotional weight. A soft, warm tone conveys kindness and approachability, while a more playful or teasing tone can add flirtation to the interaction. The right tone can make a conversation feel light-hearted, fun, and engaging without the need for grand gestures or overt expressions. A gentle laugh or a teasing remark, spoken with the right inflection, can create a connection that is both playful and inviting. When you speak with a tone that reflects your true feelings, it resonates deeply with the other person, making them feel seen and understood. In the Bible, we are taught that a gentle and loving spirit is far more powerful than harshness or negativity. The way we speak should reflect this gentle spirit, especially when we are engaging with someone we want to connect with. Words spoken with warmth and kindness are far more likely to elicit a positive response than those spoken with impatience or frustration. A kind, thoughtful tone can make all the difference in how your message is received, and can turn an ordinary conversation into something far more meaningful. Volume is another important aspect of using your voice wisely. Speaking too loudly can overwhelm the other person and create distance, while speaking too quietly can make it difficult for them to hear you and can create a sense of uncertainty. A balanced volume, one that is just loud enough to be heard, but not so overpowering that it dominates the conversation, creates a comfortable environment for both parties. It signals confidence without aggression, warmth without discomfort. The inflection of your voice also plays a key role in flirting. A rising inflection at the end of a sentence can convey curiosity, making the conversation feel more engaging. A lower, slower tone can add an element of mystery, signaling that there's more to you than meets the eye. By varying your voice's pitch and tone, you keep the conversation dynamic and interesting, drawing the other person in and keeping their attention focused on you. In this way, your voice becomes an instrument of connection, adding depth and intrigue to every interaction. When it comes to flirting, the sound of your voice should be an extension of who you are. It should reflect your inner confidence, warmth, and openness. In the Bible, we are reminded that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. If we are filled with kindness, warmth, and love, our voice will naturally reflect those qualities. By speaking with intention, with warmth, and with confidence, we not only draw people closer, but also create an environment where deeper connections can be formed. In the end, the voice is not just a tool of communication, it is a powerful expression of our inner selves. And when used wisely, it can lead to meaningful, lasting connection. Flirting is not about seeking approval or desperately trying to please someone. It's about creating a dynamic where two people can interact in a playful, intriguing, and mutually respectful way. One of the most powerful ways to flirt is through teasing. Teasing is not about making fun of someone or being rude, but rather about gently challenging them, creating a sense of fun and excitement. It engages both people in a back-and-forth exchange that keeps things interesting and builds anticipation. By teasing, you keep the other person on their toes, subtly inviting them to prove themselves, but in a light-hearted and fun manner. In the Bible, we are reminded that wisdom and understanding are more valuable than mere outward appearances or the need to please others. When we approach flirting with the intention to please, we end up losing our sense of self and forgetting our own value. Teasing, on the other hand, keeps the interaction grounded in authenticity. It shows that you are not overly invested in gaining approval or validation from the other person, but instead, you are secure in who you are and enjoy the playful exchange. This confidence is attractive because it communicates that you don't need the approval of others to feel good about yourself. By teasing, you subtly shift the focus from trying to impress someone to enjoying the moment and the connection. Teasing also has the power to create a sense of mystery and intrigue. When you tease someone, you don't give everything away. You hold back just enough to keep them curious and wanting more. This sense of mystery is incredibly powerful because it creates a dynamic where the other person is drawn to you, trying to figure out more about you. You don't reveal everything up front, and this sense of uncertainty keeps the other person engaged and eager to learn more about you. It also signals that you are not an open book, that there is more to discover, and this piques their interest. In the Bible, we are reminded that God has created us with value and purpose, and part of that purpose is to walk with confidence and strength. When we tease rather than please, we show that we are not desperate for validation or external approval. Instead, we are grounded in our own sense of worth, and we approach others with a spirit of playfulness and fun. This attitude fosters a sense of mutual respect where both people can enjoy the exchange without either feeling the pressure to conform or to perform. The key to successful teasing is understanding that it's all about the balance between challenge and playfulness. If done with the right tone and attitude, teasing can make the other person feel good about themselves while simultaneously building attraction. For example, a light-hearted challenge such as, "I bet you can't guess my favorite movie," invites the other person to engage with you and prove their cleverness, all while maintaining a sense of humor and intrigue. This type of playful teasing keeps the interaction fun and light, allowing both people to relax and enjoy the moment without the pressure to impress. Another powerful aspect of teasing is that it allows you to subtly express your interest without making it too obvious or overwhelming. Instead of directly complimenting someone or telling them how much you like them, teasing lets you flirt in a way that feels natural and comfortable. It's a way of expressing interest that doesn't put all your cards on the table at once, which keeps things fresh and exciting. When you tease someone, you're not laying everything out there for them to see. You're giving them little glimpses of who you are, keeping the intrigue alive and the connection growing. In the Bible, we are encouraged to approach others with love and respect, and teasing can be a way to engage in this loving, playful interaction. It's important to remember that the goal of teasing is never to belittle or make someone feel less than. It's about creating a positive, fun environment where both people feel valued and engaged. By teasing, you show that you are comfortable in your own skin, that you're not desperate for approval, and that you enjoy the playful nature of the exchange. It's a subtle way to challenge someone while still maintaining warmth, respect, and kindness. Teasing, when done with a light-hearted and respectful attitude, can turn an ordinary interaction into something filled with excitement and potential. It builds a dynamic where both people feel engaged, intrigued, and drawn to one another without the pressure to perform or impress. Through teasing, we invite the other person to play along, creating a fun and authentic connection that is far more attractive than any attempt to please or win someone over. One of the most powerful ways to flirt is to show genuine interest in the person you're engaging with. Flirting is not just about playful exchanges or physical attraction, it's also about creating a space where both people feel valued and appreciated. When you show genuine curiosity about someone's thoughts, passions, and experiences, it communicates that you care about them as a whole person, not just a potential romantic partner. This deep, sincere interest is what sets meaningful connections apart from shallow interactions. In the Bible, we are reminded that we should love our neighbors as ourselves, and true love involves being present and attentive to the needs and desires of others. Showing genuine interest is an expression of this love, as it requires you to listen actively, ask thoughtful questions, and engage with the other person on a deeper level. It signals that you're not just looking for superficial connections, but are truly invested in understanding who they are beyond surface appearances. When you ask questions, take the time to truly listen to the answers, showing that you're paying attention, remembering small details, and following up on things they've shared can have a profound impact. This type of engagement makes the other person feel seen, heard, and valued. It builds a foundation of trust and connection that is essential for any meaningful relationship. Instead of focusing solely on impressing the other person or trying to make them like you, showing interest in them allows the interaction to be more authentic. You get to know the real person and they get to know you in a more genuine way. This mutual respect and curiosity create a bond that goes beyond physical attraction. The act of showing genuine interest is not just about asking questions, it's also about being present. It's easy to get distracted by our phones, the environment around us, or our own thoughts, but when we are truly present in a conversation, it communicates to the other person that they matter. It's not just about asking questions, but about being emotionally available, offering your full attention, and engaging in the exchange without distractions. This presence is deeply attractive because it shows that you value the other person's company and that you are interested in them on a deeper level. In the Bible, we are also encouraged to seek wisdom and understanding. This doesn't just apply to our relationship with God, but also to our relationships with others. When we approach a conversation with a genuine desire to understand and learn about the other person, we create an opportunity for growth. By showing genuine interest, we also show that we are willing to grow alongside the other person, to share in their experiences, and to understand the things that matter most to them. This creates a sense of partnership and unity where both individuals can be open and vulnerable, knowing that the other person truly cares. Moreover, showing genuine interest builds respect. When you take the time to understand the other person's perspective, beliefs, and desires, it fosters mutual respect. People are more likely to be drawn to you when they feel that you genuinely care about their thoughts and feelings rather than just their external qualities. This respect is essential for building a strong foundation in any relationship, and it is through showing genuine interest that this foundation is established. It's also important to note that showing genuine interest does not mean you should excessively flatter or overdo compliments. While compliments can be a part of flirting, they should always feel sincere and thoughtful. Empty flattery can often come across as disingenuous and can undermine the trust you are trying to build. Instead, focus on appreciating the qualities that make the other person unique. Compliment their talents, values, or the way they make others feel, rather than just focusing on their physical appearance. This type of genuine interest not only strengthens your connection, but also deepens the attraction, as it shows that you see them for who they truly are. In relationships, showing genuine interest is one of the most effective ways to create a meaningful connection. It moves the interaction beyond casual flirting and into the realm of real, emotional engagement. It's about appreciating the other person for their unique qualities, investing in the conversation, and showing that you are truly present and involved in the moment. In Bible, we are said that when we engage with others with love, understanding, and authenticity, we reflect the character of Christ in our relationships. By showing genuine interest, we invite deeper, more meaningful connections into our lives, making the interactions not only enjoyable but also transformative. In the art of flirting, one of the most important aspects is patience. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of meeting someone new and wanting to fast forward the process of getting to know them. However, rushing through the stages of connection often leads to shallow interactions that don't have the chance to deepen. Flirting should not feel like a race, but rather an opportunity to build rapport, learn about each other, and let the relationship unfold naturally over time. When we allow things to develop at their own pace, we create a stronger and more meaningful connection. In the Bible, we are told that patience is a virtue, and it's through patience that we cultivate wisdom and understanding. When we rush things, we miss out on the chance to fully appreciate the other person for who they are. Flirting at its best should be an enjoyable and gradual process where both people are given the space to get to know each other without feeling pressured. By taking our time, we allow the connection to grow naturally, rather than forcing it to meet expectations too soon. This approach leads to a stronger and more lasting connection because it is based on mutual respect and the understanding that relationships take time to develop. Rushing through the process of flirting can lead to misunderstandings and missed opportunities. When we are too eager to make an impression, we may say things we don't truly mean or act in ways that aren't genuine. This can create a false image of who we are and ultimately hinder the potential for a real connection. By allowing the relationship to unfold slowly, we give ourselves the chance to be authentic and to let the other person see us for who we truly are, without the pressure to perform or impress. This authenticity is crucial for building trust and respect, which are essential components of any meaningful relationship. Moreover, taking your time also allows for deeper emotional engagement. When we rush things, we may skip over important moments of connection that are crucial for building emotional intimacy. Flirting should not just be about surface-level attraction, it should be about understanding each other on a deeper level. By slowing down and being present, we give ourselves the chance to truly connect with the other person, to hear their stories, and to learn about what matters most to them. This emotional depth is what transforms flirting into a potential long-term relationship, one that is grounded in understanding and shared experiences. In the Bible, we are encouraged to wait on the Lord's timing and to trust that everything will unfold according to His plan. This same principle applies to relationships. When we rush into things, we may be forcing a connection that isn't ready to blossom. Trusting the natural flow of a relationship allows us to experience it fully and appreciate every moment of it, rather than skipping ahead to an imagined future. By being patient, we create space for the relationship to evolve in its own time, giving both individuals the chance to explore their feelings and build a solid foundation. Patience also plays a key role in respecting the other person's boundaries. Every individual moves at their own pace when it comes to relationships, and pushing someone to move faster than they are comfortable with can cause unnecessary tension and discomfort. By allowing the other person to take their time, we show them respect and consideration for their feelings. This respect for boundaries fosters a sense of safety and trust, which is essential for a healthy relationship to develop. Taking things slow also allows us to discern whether the connection is truly mutual. Sometimes, when we rush, we overlook red flags or fail to notice whether the other person shares our values and desires for the future. By allowing time for the relationship to develop naturally, we create the space to observe and reflect on the compatibility of the connection. This careful attention ensures that we are making decisions based on a solid foundation of understanding rather than hasty assumptions. In Bible, we are reminded that love is patient, and this patience is key to building relationships that are built to last. When we approach flirting with patience, we show that we value the other person's journey and that we are willing to take the time to nurture the connection. By not rushing, we allow the relationship to grow in its own time, leading to a more genuine, lasting, and fulfilling bond. Patience is not just about waiting, it's about creating space for something meaningful to unfold, step by step, without pressure or haste. One of the most important aspects of flirting that often gets overlooked is the importance of being authentic. Many people fall into the trap of trying to be someone they're not in order to impress others, believing that they need to act a certain way to be attractive. However, the most powerful and lasting connections are built on authenticity. Being yourself is not only the easiest way to attract others, but also the most fulfilling way to engage in any relationship, whether it's a casual flirtation or a long-term connection. In the Bible, we are reminded that God created each of us with a unique purpose and individuality. There is no need to pretend to be someone you're not, because you are already wonderfully made. When we embrace who we truly are, we communicate to others that we are confident in our own skin and that we are not seeking validation from outside sources. This confidence is magnetic because it shows that you don't need to perform or act a certain way to gain approval. You are enough just as you are. When you are authentic, you create an environment where the other person feels safe to be themselves as well. People are naturally drawn to those who are comfortable with who they are, as it creates a sense of trust and openness in the interaction. By being genuine, you invite the other person to let down their guard, allowing both of you to engage in a more meaningful and honest connection. This is the foundation of any true relationship, and it begins with the willingness to be vulnerable and real with the other person. In contrast, when we try to be someone we are not, it creates a disconnect. It's exhausting to keep up a facade, and eventually the truth will come through. Pretending to be something you're not may initially attract attention, but it won't lead to any deep or lasting connections. People can sense when someone is being inauthentic, and this can create a sense of distrust or unease. Being yourself, on the other hand, allows the connection to develop naturally, as it is based on who you truly are, rather than a persona that you feel you must maintain. In Bible, we are said that the truth sets us free. And this is equally true in relationships. When you're honest and true to yourself, you not only find freedom in expressing your real self, but also create the opportunity for the other person to do the same. Authenticity is the key to building a connection that is grounded in trust and mutual respect. When you are comfortable being yourself, you give the other person permission to do the same, creating a space where both of you can engage in an honest, fulfilling interaction. Furthermore, being yourself means that you are not relying on external factors or approval to define your worth. In a world where social pressures often dictate how we should look, act, or think, it's easy to lose sight of our true selves. However, when we are able to stand firm in who we are, we show others that their approval is not necessary for our self-worth. This type of self-assurance is deeply attractive because it reflects inner strength and confidence. It also ensures that any connection you form is based on genuine compatibility rather than on a projection of what you think the other person wants. In Bible, we are encouraged to be transformed by the renewing of our minds, meaning that we should not conform to the expectations of others, but instead embrace the person God has created us to be. This transformation comes from within, and when we allow ourselves to be authentically who we are, we create an energy that is both powerful and magnetic. The people who are meant to connect with us will be drawn to our authenticity, and we will form relationships that are rooted in honesty, trust, and mutual respect. Ultimately, the most attractive thing you can do when flirting is to be true to yourself. When you stop trying to impress others and simply let your true self shine, you create the space for a real connection to form. You invite others to engage with you based on who you truly are, rather than on a facade or an act. This authenticity not only leads to more meaningful relationships, but also allows you to experience the joy of being loved for who you are, not for who you pretend to be. In the end, being yourself is not just the key to successful flirting, it is the key to a fulfilling and lasting connection with others.